Hi guys, John, Commons Outdoors. I want to show you real quick how to set a snare set on a trail for rabbit, squirrel, possum, raccoon, something of that nature. There's a couple of things that I think other guys have failed to mention well, and I'm gonna have it be a dead set, not a spring snare type set. You can do it either way. For today's purpose, I'm going to try to do it real quick, make it a short video because the mosquitoes are just devouring me. So let's get to it and show you what I got here. First thing is, I don't know how well you can see, this is a pretty well used trail. If you look down that way, it's pretty open. So the first thing I'm going to look for, if I'm going to make a snare on this trail, is a pinch point or a narrow spot. So what I've got is where it goes right between two trees right here. What that's going to do is make it easier for me to get that critter's head right where I want it. Now I've already got my snare loop right here. And I've tied it off to this tree right here next to it. So there's only a few things you're going to need here to make this happen. The first one is, right, you're going to want this right in the middle of the trail. And you're going to want to figure out what kind of critter you're after. Let's say we're going after a rabbit. So we probably want 4 fingers wide, 4 fingers off the ground. So all we're going to do is drape that over that stick. If we can get it to hold in the position we want. Now you could do a T-bar setup or something like that if you wanted to. All I'm going to do is take another stick. Now I broke that one off too short. The next thing you want to do is clutter it up just enough. Animals, for the most part, when not endangered, are lazy. So by putting some sticks in here, some branches, they're going to take the path that doesn't have any resistance. And that would be enough to do it right there. They're going to come down the trail. Unless they had a reason to, they're not going to want to get off the trail. They're already on the trail they want to be on. So all I did was funnel them to make sure their head goes right here. Now, I said some people fail to mention some important parts when doing this. And this is the main thing. I want to take a good sized branch and go over the top of this. I don't know if you're in view on that, so let me come around there and check. Okay, here you can see it pretty well. All that branch does is chances are there's going to be a lot of deer that use this trail, and that branch is enough to detour the deer around this right here. They're going to go, I can go around through that way without having to step over something. They're going to be lazy about it. If you've ever set a trail snare like this and come back and found it knocked over with nothing in it, you probably didn't do this, and it probably got stepped across by a deer. So it's as simple as putting a big branch in to detour the deer or get the deer to jump over it. But yeah, it's high enough that your rabbit, squirrel, raccoon, possums are still going to walk right underneath it. They're not even going to realize it's there. So get a close up on that snare loop. Simple little twigs is going to detour their head right there. It doesn't matter which way they come through the snare. Let's say they come back towards me just because I can reach it better that way. It'll come off that branch. As they get away from it, it'll suck down on them. If you made your snare loop right with the 8 and then folded the 8 over so that you actually have 2 loops on this end, like I showed in my video how to make 20 snares for under $2. If you've done that correctly, they'll get to the end, it'll tighten down, it'll cinch, it won't loosen. If anybody has watched any type of video like this with a actual wire loop part of the snare system and wondered, well, why couldn't I have just used the bank line all the way out? For the brief little bit, once this sucks down, for that brief little bit, that animal could turn its head and try to chew itself free before it's dispatched. With a wire loop, they won't be able to chew it free. They're not going to be smart enough to go back up there and chew it off. If you had bank line all the way down, they'll be able to turn, not only will they be able to turn around and chew it off, but it's not going to cinch down and stay tight like this wire is. Because like I showed you in that other video, if this is done correctly, once it cinches down around their neck, it's not going to loosen back up until you loosen it back up. So there it is, how to set a quick trail setup. Snare trail for rabbit, squirrel, raccoon, possum. That would be the first 4 preferred critters. And again, you could put a spring snare setup on this same scenario to where it would jerk your prize up in the air and dispatch them probably even faster. If you're going to set out 10 or 12 snares, you're not always going to find the right spring pole. You're not going to want to go find 10 or 12 spring poles. You need to have this in your arsenal also. So I hope you liked it. Like, comment, subscribe. More videos coming to you soon. Thanks for watching.